Hey boys and girls, welcome to another flip video. One of our last ones for the year actually. Not the last one though. But we are going to review our quadrilaterals, which are any polygon that has four sides. So you hear quadrilateral, it's got the prefix. Guess it would be helpful for some. It's got the prefix quad meaning four, and then lateral meaning line, I think technically is what I mean. So basically it says four lines. So we've got a couple of different ones, and I'll try to draw them in different colors. So a square, you know what a square looks like. It's got four congruent sides with four right angles. So this is more or less a square. All the sides are the same length. There are four right angles. Right angles make a perfect corner, so that's my square. In blue, I'm going to do my rectangle, which the definition of a square is that it has four right angles. So that is that. So a square is also a rectangle because you see it has the four right angles. But a rectangle isn't always a square because you see that one, those two are the same length, but those two are different lengths. Let's go white here for my rhombus. A rhombus has four congruent sides. So a lot of times you'll see a rhombus that kind of looks like this. Sometimes it might look like a diamond. But all the sides are the same exact length, which means that a square is also a rhombus, because you see they all have the same congruent sides. Let's do trapezoid. Trapezoid in green. Trapezoid can look like a couple things. It can kind of look like a boot or a shoe, like kind of looks like a Minecraft shoe. It has one set of parallel lines. It could also look like those tables you see in kindergarten a lot, the trapezoid tables, because trapezoid kind of does its own thing. You can't really make any of those other ones into a trapezoid. However, I think that's red. In red, yeah, we've got a parallelogram. Parallelogram has two sets of parallel sides. So, and you see those are parallel. So our other things are also parallelograms, because this has, that has some two parallel sides. The rectangle has two parallel sides. The square has two parallel sides. So a lot of things can, you see there's a lot of relationships going on here. This brings us to our let's try it together. I've got a bunch of polygons, quadrilaterals to be specific here, which are identify. And remember, they're going to be more than just one thing. So I've got, so this is square, rectangle, rhombus, trapezoid, and parallelogram. So those are yours. Try to copy them down as best you can, and then I'm just going to put the letters right in the middle there. So obviously this first one is a square, because it's got four equal sides, and it's got four right angles. It's also a rhombus, because of the four right sides. It's also a rectangle, because of the four right angles. It's also a parallelogram, because it's got two sets of parallel sides. Moving on to this one, this is clearly a rhombus, because 1, 2, 3, 4, all the sides are the same length. It is a parallelogram as well, because there's some parallel going on, two sets. Here we've clearly got a rectangle, and we also got a parallelogram, because we've got our parallel line, two sets of them. This one's just a trapezoid, nothing else. One set of parallel sides. And this one's also a trapezoid. Give you two different trapezoids there. Now a trapezoid could also look upside down, like that. Could also look like this. You're just really looking for those parallel sides there. So that brings us to our final problem. This is your bring back to school problem. We've got A, B, C, D, E to make it a little easier on you. You can just write the letters. If you want to copy down the polygons, quadrilaterals, that's perfectly alright with me, but you need to identify what each one is. And again, identifying them as many things as they are. So some of them are just one thing, some of them are multiple things, but you need to figure out what each one is. I will tell you each one is at least one thing. Some of them are two things. I'm looking here. We've got one that is four things, and we've got one that is two things. We've got another that is two things, one that is one thing, and another one that's just one thing. So there's a little help for you there. But this is your Bring Back to School problem. See you in the morning.